Understanding Somalia's economy, a journey of resilience and transformation. Somalia, a nation that has witnessed both tremendous challenges and remarkable resilience, is a country located in the Horn of Africa. With a history shaped by conflict, political instability, and droughts, Somalia has been a nation in flux. But beneath these struggles, there is an economic story worth telling, a tale of survival, potential, and transformation. Today, Somalia is often seen as one of the world's most challenging environments, but it's also a land of opportunity where traditional industries blend with emerging sectors, offering hope for the future. In this video, we will dive deep into the Somali economy, its challenges, its sectors, and its path forward. Part 1. The roots of Somalia's economic struggles. To understand the Somali economy today, we must first acknowledge its turbulent past. After gaining independence in 1960, Somalia experienced a relatively stable period, with agriculture and livestock being the backbone of the economy. However, by the late 20th century, the country faced a devastating civil war. The conflict destroyed infrastructure, displaced millions, and fractured the national government. Without a central government for over 2 decades, Somalia's economy struggled. What followed was a nation fragmented, with warlords, piracy, and a lack of law and order. The economy was largely informal, with people relying on remittances from the Somali diaspora abroad to survive. Part 2. Somalia's key economic sectors. Despite its challenges, Somalia is rich in natural resources. The economy is primarily agrarian, with agriculture and livestock being the key contributors to GDP. More than 60% of the population depends on livestock farming, which accounts for nearly 40% of the country's GDP. Cattle, camels, goats, and sheep are central to Somali life. Somalia's livestock sector is one of the largest in Africa, and it plays a vital role in the export economy, especially to the Middle East and Asia. However, this sector is heavily dependent on weather conditions. Droughts, exacerbated by climate change, have a devastating impact on production and contribute to economic instability. Another major sector is fishing. Somalia's coastline stretches over 3,000 kilometers, offering one of the longest coastlines in Africa. Its marine resources are vast, yet underexploited. The country could become a major fishing hub, but illegal fishing by foreign vessels has depleted fish stocks, hurting local fishermen. In recent years, Somalia has seen a rise in entrepreneurship and innovation. The tech industry, in particular, has flourished. Mobile money services like MPs have revolutionized finance in the country, enabling people to transfer money securely and instantly, even in remote areas. Somalia is now considered one of the most advanced mobile money economies in the world. Part 3. The role of remittances. One of the most significant lifelines for Somalia's economy is its diaspora. More than 2 million Somalis live abroad, primarily in the United States, Europe, and the Gulf states. Each year, they send billions of dollars back home in remittances. In fact, remittances make up over 20% of Somalia's GDP, and this financial support is essential for families and communities. Remittances help cover everything from daily living expenses to education and healthcare. They serve as a critical source of income for many, keeping the economy afloat during times of hardship. Part 4. Somalia's emerging market economy. In recent years, Somalia has made strides toward a market economy. Despite political instability, the private sector has flourished, driven by entrepreneurial spirit and international support. Markets in cities like Mogadishu and Hargeisa are vibrant, with small businesses creating jobs and opportunities. Major infrastructure projects are underway, with investments from foreign governments, international organizations, and private investors. Roads are being built, and energy projects are being developed, with renewable energy initiatives gaining traction. The Somali government, alongside international partners, is working to stabilize the country, establish a functioning legal framework, and improve security. But the road to recovery is long, and economic challenges remain. Part 5. Challenges facing the Somali economy. Somalia, a country located in the Horn of Africa, has faced numerous challenges that have hindered its economic growth and development. Despite its rich natural resources, including livestock, agriculture, and minerals, the country's economy remains one of the poorest in the world. One of the major challenges facing the Somali economy is the lack of a stable government. For over 2 decades, the country has been plagued by civil war, terrorism, and clan violence, which has led to a breakdown in law and order. This has created an environment that is not conducive to economic growth and investment. Another significant challenge is the country's heavy reliance on remittances from the diaspora community. Remittances account for a significant portion of Somalia's GDP, but this reliance makes the economy vulnerable to fluctuations in global economic trends. The Somali economy is also largely informal, with a significant portion of economic activity taking place outside of the formal sector. This makes it difficult for the government to collect taxes and provide essential public services.
According to a recent report by Somalia's state-run statistics agency, GDP reached $11 billion, representing a substantial 4.2% increase in 2023, up from 2.7% recorded in the previous year. Imports of goods and services saw a 9.5% increase, reflecting the nation's growing domestic demand.
In addition, Somalia's infrastructure is severely underdeveloped, with poor roads, ports, and communication networks. This makes it difficult and expensive to transport goods and people, which hinders trade and economic growth. Furthermore, Somalia is heavily dependent on imports, particularly for food and fuel. This makes the country vulnerable to fluctuations in global commodity prices and exchange rates. Finally, the country's security situation remains a major concern. The presence of terrorist groups such as Al-Shabaab continues to pose a significant threat to economic stability and growth. In conclusion, the Somali economy faces numerous challenges that need to be addressed in order to achieve sustainable economic growth and development. These challenges require a comprehensive approach that involves the government, international partners, and the private sector working together to create a stable and conducive environment for economic growth. Part 6. The future of Somalia's economy. Somalia, a country that has faced decades of conflict and instability, is slowly but surely rebuilding its economy. Despite the challenges it still faces, there are many reasons to be optimistic about Somalia's economic future. One of the key drivers of Somalia's economic growth is its natural resources. The country has vast reserves of oil, gas, and minerals, which could provide a major source of revenue for the government. In recent years, Somalia has begun to explore and develop these resources, with several international companies investing in the country's energy sector. Another area of growth is agriculture. Somalia has a long tradition of farming and herding, and the sector provides livelihoods for millions of people. With investment in irrigation systems, fertilizers, and other inputs, Somalia's agricultural sector could become a major driver of economic growth. In addition, Somalia's location makes it an important hub for trade in the Horn of Africa. The country's ports, particularly the port of Mogadishu, have the potential to become major commercial centers, providing a gateway for trade with the rest of the world. The growth of the private sector is also expected to play a major role in Somalia's economic development. In recent years, several Somali entrepreneurs have established successful businesses in sectors such as telecommunications, banking, and construction. These businesses have created jobs and stimulated economic growth and are expected to continue to play a major role in the country's development. Finally, the international community is providing significant support to Somalia's economic development. The European Union, the United States, and other donors are providing funding for a range of projects, including infrastructure development, agricultural support, and private sector development. Overall, while there are still many challenges facing Somalia's economy, there are also many reasons to be optimistic about its future. With its natural resources, strategic location, and growing private sector, Somalia has the potential to become a major economic player in the region. Somalia's economy is in the midst of a transformation. While challenges remain, the resilience of its people, the rise of new industries, and the untapped potential in agriculture, fisheries, and technology offer a brighter future. As Somalia rebuilds and adapts, it is poised to overcome its past and embrace a more prosperous and inclusive economy. Thank you for watching. The journey of Somalia's economic transformation is far from over, but with every step forward, hope continues to rise.